If you're anything like me, then one of the single most frustrating things about women, whether it's female friends or long-term girlfriends, is when they say something 1 minute, then do the complete opposite thing the next. Have you ever seen a woman say, "I hate that guy, he's such a pig," then 2 days later she's shacking up with him? Or you see her enjoying hoeing into pizza like it's going out of fashion on Monday, only to hear her talking to friends on Friday about how she doesn't really like pizza? I mean, WTF, seriously, are all women living their lives in denial of the truth? Are they that unaware? I swear that at least 50% of all domestic arguments involve a man saying, "But if you meant X, then why the hell did you say Y?" while simultaneously pulling his hair out and going grey at an accelerated rate. This is a lesson that took me a long time to learn, and an even longer time to accept, and it's one that I want to share today to explain why this happens. At its most simple, it's because most of the time, women talk in emotions, while men talk in absolutes. When a woman says, "I hate that guy," then 80% of the time, what she's really saying in guy language is, "Right now, at this specific point in time, I feel like I hate that guy, but it's just an emotion, so it might change." Whereas, when a guy says, "I hate that girl," then 80% of the time it means, "I hate that girl right now, and I'll hate her forevermore. I've fully made up my mind on this unchangeable fact." When I first heard this, I was tempted to fight it. I wanted to still be annoyed at women for not simply saying what they mean instead of what they feel, like men tend to. However, there is actually a really positive silver lining to this style of communication that I didn't see at first. When I make a decision about the way I feel about a food, or a person, or a holiday destination, then as a man, I tend to make up my mind and close off all chance of changing my mind in the future. Once I've decided that I love pizza, I'll keep on loving it no matter how many times it makes me feel sick. Once I decide I hate George, I'll barely notice anything he does that would actually cause me to like him more because my mind is made up. We men tend to do this to keep life simple. We don't like open loops, and by making firm decisions on things quickly, we get to move on with life, not having to think of them ever again. It's efficient, and I'll likely always do it since it's my nature as a guy. But when a woman has a feeling about something, then a lot of the time she remains open to revising that feeling on an ongoing basis. This is great for her, because it means she doesn't close herself off to people and experiences as easily as men do. But it's great for us guys, because it's easier for us to recover from making the wrong first impression. If I meet a woman at a party and her initial impression of me is that I'm not the kind of guy for her, then the next time I see her, I get a second and third chance to change that feeling. This is where the very dangerous term, "no means yes," comes from. Because so many guys have the experience of a woman saying, "No, I don't want to sleep with you tonight." But then as the night rolls to a close, they end up sleeping together anyway. So the assumption was made by men that in truth the women were lying all along, and her no really meant yes. But in truth, her no definitely meant no at that point in time. What it really meant was, "No, I don't feel like I want it right now, but I may feel like it later. Or not, just depending on how I feel." And that's the big takeaway. Don't be annoyed with women. They aren't lying, they aren't being indirect, they are simply communicating in a different way, which is neither better nor worse than men's style of communication. The great news is that when you hear something negative from a woman, it usually means you still have the chance to change it if you play your cards right. Of course, there will be plenty of times that a woman just won't like you, and nothing you do will change that. But knowing that women communicate in feelings allows you to understand them a lot better than you likely did before. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any of my 3 weekly videos.
Hey guys, do you get frustrated approaching women and then getting rejected? I'd like to invite you to my free 12 video training series where I'm going to show you how to make such an amazing first impression before you even say a word that rejection will soon become a thing of the past. See that button down there? Don't procrastinate anymore. Go ahead and click on it, and I look forward to working with you.